Hi there, it's Melissa again from Washpool Farm. We've had some excellent feedback since our last video, so I thought I'd do a quick update to comment on a couple of things that were raised as a result of the last video. I've been really fortunate to have some wonderful people from, particularly from a group called Paste and Cut, who have taken the time to send me through some emails and then have a quick chat about some pointers that ways I might be able to improve, and I deeply appreciate that feedback. As you know, the segment on our website called the Cauldron is simply an area for us to get a product out there, to get it open to discussion. We like to think that we follow a consultative process, so rather than complete a project and then say, well, here's our product, we hope you like it, without any of your input, we prefer to put a product out there and get some consultation happening. And so that's what the Cauldron's all about. Having said that, a couple of people have raised concern that I might have actually put my very first batch ever of shaving soap onto the Cauldron and just popped it out there for you guys to have to use. Let me assure you that that's not the case. I have shaving soap recipes that go back to 2009. You might be argued that I'm particularly slow bringing things to the market, and I test things for a very long time. This is simply the final stage in that process, and when I'm close to bringing something to market, I really like to get this consultation happening. So let me assure you, my recipes are tried and true. That's not to say that the lather of our shaving soap will suit every person. We do know that it will work better for some brushes than others, and the feel of it will work for some people more than others. I would say that the segment of the market that we're specifically looking at is men with sensitive skin, sensitive or allergy prone skin, and to that end we have chosen our ingredients to make our product really gentle to the skin and leave it feeling soft and comfortable after a shave. And so that influences some of our decisions in terms of scent. We use a low scent, for example, and try and keep it nice and moisturizing. It's possible that we could get more volume of lather if we adjusted our recipe by increasing coconut, for example, but my experience as a soap maker tells me that if I increase too much in the coconut, we will start to see some drying. And also we know that coconut will create a bigger bubble, and I'm looking for a tight, creamy bubble. So my preference is to compromise a little bit on volume in preference for a really gentle product. Someone else has raised a couple of issues about allergens. One person reminded me that there would be some people who would be allergic to lanolin, and yes, I'm aware of those allergy issues because we serve customers day in and day out for over 3 years here in the soapery. I'm aware that people have allergies from everything to the latex and shea butter through to tree nuts like macadamia, for example. So the best thing we can do is be very open and honest about what our ingredients are, and if you know that there's something in there that doesn't suit you, then obviously you would need to avoid our product. Having said that, we don't have a lot of the commercial synthetic additives that cause a lot of frustration for people and sensitization because of those additives. So we're trying to avoid them, but we accept that even in natural products there will be allergens. Someone raised the issue of bergaptine. They were concerned about me using bergamot and wondered whether it was bergaptine free. Again, with essential oils safety, we take that very seriously. But I have it on very good advice from Robert Tisserand, who is possibly the foremost researcher in the field of essential oils worldwide. I can't think of anyone who has more expertise than this man, and he says that the bergaptine, which can be photosensitizing in a leave-on product, is not photosensitizing in a wash-off product such as a bubble bath soaps, or in our case we're talking about a shaving soap. So just to put your concerns to rest about that one, it's something I'm fully aware of as a user of essential oils, but I am convinced beyond any doubt that it is not photosensitizing in this wash-off product. Okay, third piece of advice that I got, and well, actually was the most important, I suppose, or the first reaction when you guys were watching me, and it's to do with the mouth of the amber jar that I use. Now, you saw me hesitate when I went to load up my brush, and I went from the amber jar to the PET. I can tell you very much at that moment I knew that I had made a blue. If I chose myself not to load my brush from that narrow neck and went to the PET, was a very telling thing. And so the amber jars, gorgeous as they are, have gone. I'll no longer load up in an amber jar. So another fear put to rest. What I did discover though, when I was considering this, is that if you aren't happy with one of the containers that I choose to use, or one person actually said to me that it's better to have a half-filled jar. What I did realize is that I told to you in the first video about the fact that the product is roughly halfway between a liquid and a solid soap. So what you can do is remove the soap from there, and it's completely pliable, and you can apply it to, sorry, I've got a couple of shaving brush hairs in there. You can apply it to whichever format you prefer. So some men have told me that they would really like me to set a soap into a shaving bowl, which I found a little impractical, because I thought for a start you'd want to choose your own shaving bowl. But what I discovered was that if I took the shaving soap, I could just pop it into the bottom of my bowl. I've pressed it in there. It's firmed up beautifully. And just this morning with customers in, I was able to work up a beautiful lather using the bowl. So someone who was doing face lathering, for example, might choose this method. So just to let you know that even though this particular one was in a narrow neck, I've been able to take it out and apply it to a shaving bowl as a method. This afternoon, I'm actually making soap today, and it's cooking here in the soap lab at the moment. And what I'm thinking is that I'll probably set the soap into the 100 gram or 90 gram jar as we discussed in the first video, but I might also set it into this one, which I think will be about 180 grams, just so that some people who want that option to have a larger jar in their hand at home will suit them. I know I've got massive hands for a female, so this one suits me really well. I like that feeling of that one in my hand. So I'll set them into the 180 gram, and this one here I think would be a nice little one that we've already proven is a big enough neck to get your brush in, but also small enough to take away with you. So that's a couple of options that I've got. I hope I have allayed some of your concerns about things that I needed to change or things that I needed to comment on. Thank you so much for your feedback, and we'll talk to you again next time. Thank you.